Next on the Science of Love. Are you wondering if you're circumnavigating around your problems? Do you see notarized divorce papers in your future? Have you had an epiphany that you and your significant other aren't going to work out? Then stay tuned for our next special guest. Hello, and welcome to the Science Behind Love. Today, we're going to talk about relationships and if they're going to last. Our theme today for the show is love and relationships aren't always going to turn out exactly what you think. Joining us today for our special episode is psychologist John Gottman to prove to us that the theme is true. Welcome, Mr. Gottman, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on this wonderful talk show.
So, Mr. Gottman, what is it exactly that you do?
Well, I'm a psychology professor at a local college, and I'm an expert in marital and relationship stability. I'm able to decide if the said couple are going to continue the relationship or if they're going to separate in the future just by observing them. I put the couple in a room and let them talk for about, say, 15 minutes, and then I'm able to analyze their status just by doing that.
That is very interesting. How exactly do you analyze the couple when they're talking?
Well, I analyze each second of the video and then carefully examine their facial emotions and tone of voice. I can point out emotions such as disgust, contempt, anger, defensiveness, sadness, and many more. Each emotion represents a number on a scale called the SPAF coding. I then make a row of 1,800 numbers that represent all the emotions that were shown. So an example of SPAF coding is this number sequence: 7, 7, 14, 10, 11, 11. And the 7 represents anger, 14 is neutral, 10 is defensiveness, and 11 is whining. After all this is completed, I am able to make an accurate decision 95% of the time of whether the couple are going to last or separate.
Is that really all that goes into determining if a relationship is going to work out or not?
Well, yes. That and many other things, including heart rate, movement in the chair, and body temperature.
Wow, that is very interesting. Now we have a few clips of a couple that wants to know if they're going to stay together or not. Let's watch a clip and tell me what you see.
Why did you get this cat? We already have an amazing cat.
He was just so cute. I couldn't let anyone else adopt him.
It's insane. We don't need another cat. It's going to be too much work.
So in this clip, you can tell that Jackson is annoyed at Holly, his wife, by rolling of the eyes, scrunching of the face, and squinted eyes. She, Holly, adopted a cat without telling him, and he didn't want a new cat because he only wanted the one they already had, which caused him to be annoyed. And then you can see that Holly is sad by a slight frown and big eyes. Then Jackson gets angry, and you can tell by the furrowing of the eyebrows and slumped posture.
That is very fascinating that you can find out all those little details in just a few seconds. Would you like to do another one?
Of course.
You know what? If you take care of the cat, I think we can keep it.
Oh, thank you so much, Jackson.
Okay, so what did you see in that clip?
So, as you can see in this clip, Jackson has a neutral facial expression because his face is very still. It has little emotion. Also, his posture is very relaxed and his tone of voice does not change pitch at all. It stays at a constant tone. Then you can see that Holly's happy because, of course, from her smile, and also the big eyes and the raised eyebrows. Also, she sort of jumped upright into her seat and her tone of voice went to a higher pitch, like in an excited tone.
We have another clip for you of the couple talking about something else.
Great. We never go on any vacations. I want to be able to get out of this town.
Jackson, we've talked about this before. We don't have enough money. We have other things to deal with right now.
I work 70 hours a week, and I think the fact that we can't go on any vacations is outrageous.
We're paying off your college loans, Jackson. We have other bills to pay. We just can't forget about them. We have responsibilities.
Now they're talking about something else. So what do you see them doing?
In this clip, Jackson is showing both anger, annoyance, and frustration. He is showing anger by the furrowing of the eyebrows and deepness of the voice. He is annoyed by his sarcastic sounding tone, rolling of the eyes, and crossed arms. He is also showing frustration by a crinkling of the nose and sealed lips with a faint frown. You can also tell by him tightening his fists and by the annoyed deep tone in his voice. Holly was calm at first because she was trying to calm down her husband, but then became annoyed with his attitude. She showed calmness of a blank face, straight posture, and calm tone of voice. Then she shows annoyance by the raising of the eyebrows, the movement of her arm when defending herself, and the tone of voice goes from high to low.
That is just amazing. Would you like to tell us anything else about your work?
I would love to. So, as I said before, I'm a psychologist and I specialize in marriage and relationship stability. I have taken in more than 3,000 couples to analyze. I take in couples who would like to know their fate in the future. I hate to brag, but I'm very good at predicting their future. One time, I was at a restaurant and I overheard a couple's conversation and they were arguing the whole time about situations that could have been solved if they just worked it out. In the end, I came to a conclusion that the couple was not going to last. And it turns out, some years later, after this, they ended up getting divorced.
Wow, you are so smart. I would now like to bring back everyone and give the results of Dr. Gottman's SPAF coding. Welcome back, everyone. How are you all doing?
We're doing well.
Okay, so our couple has no idea what their results are, and we are about to tell them. So, Dr. Gottman, what is going to happen to this couple?
Well, unfortunately, after calculating the results of the SPAF coding and observing their behavior, I have concluded that the couple will not stay together and will end up getting divorced in the next couple of years.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. Well, thank you all for joining us today, and a special thank you to Dr. Gottman
No problem.
for sharing his talents with us. I'll see you all next week on The Science Behind Love. So today, we've talked about how the slightest things can affect your relationship. Within the first seconds of meeting someone, you already have an opinion formed. If you want to know if your relationship is going to last, then go ahead, give Dr. Gottman a call and schedule your appointment.